house, the main upper opera.
Who was called Joe Lynch. And in Sydney, in the 1920s, when Joe married, Joe was one of those people who was an artist. He worked as a cartoonist for the Bulletin. He was loved by everyone, a great party goer. His main problem was that he sold on a shelf. What they do is they cut down quite a lot on the glare that the building had. Also imported from France. It's in 2 levels, incredibly thick. This is a silicon cutting. And in the summer we have chamber music recitals up here, workshops.
Side. I don't know whether the light's going to be any good.
The maximum number of people as close as possible to the orchestra. And in fact, you can dissect right along the back of the stage. Now, the acoustic centre here is lovely. Around the auditorium and die away. That's what we call a reverberation tone. And it's very, very close to ideal for classical music. It's used in both in the same way that we've glued the wood together in strips and we've pegged it with wooden pegs. There aren't any nails.
Bye. Sydney, Australia.
A few ibis we can see over here to the left in the park.
So-called
the Howard
Red Light District.
Carnival Sunday, November. Fried chicken back down around Friday night. It can take you anything up to half an hour to drive. So if it doesn't reach that price,
We're climbing up the Bourne Heights.
Quite often it goes over. Over here on the right used to belong to one of our brewers, Mr. Rishes or Reshes, depending on how you want to get a crocodile steak sandwich up there once. And I told the waiter to make it snappy. Alright, so we're coming Darling Point here, right.
The Gap, Cliffs of Dover.
You want to get over here?
In the world, so we actually needed lighthouses because we are an island and also a rugged coast. This has been operating here since 1818 on the roof. Down to the left, if there's ever any sort of landslip, all these people have been in trouble. They're right on the edge of the cliff. On other houses you'll see they've mined the city skyline over Dudley Page Reserve. This used to be a water reserve until they built a park across the top of it. First time for quite a while, it was 62 degrees Fahrenheit. On the gutters of the beach, as they believe sharks. It only changes a few degrees between summer and winter water. Legal, but we'll do it anyway.
Are you following that one in?
If you want to grab a photo, can you still see the beach from back down there?
Yep. Yes.
If you hold your camera, say 1.5 inches from the window.
We have on the top yet, here on the right hand side, and they never will.
We're Continental where we're staying, but we're staying in this new building up on the 17th floor. Constructions in the Sydney area, a block, 2 blocks from where we're staying.
Now, the Rose Garden, Space Needle, this is all across from our hotel. are the Rose Gardens. Kind of like our Washington Park. Really pretty.
Different kinds of kangaroos.
Downtown building.
Very dark. And it's just, I find it's just better if you buy the postcards.
on there. See the little.
The other,
Left side of the street again.
they've had a lot of trouble with.
Look at this thing.
Microphone there, I'll get it right.
Huge building.
Now, George Street being the oldest street in the city of Sydney, it was formerly known as High Street. Here in the city of Sydney decided to renovate this building. They spent in excess of 80 million.
That's one of the first pink birds you see. Or yellow. Gray penguins.
Yeah, go back there now.
And their story. Koala bear? In the morning nap. What I would need right now. Hey, fella. Wake up.
They look so. Yeah, look at that one. This is the only one that's awake that they're taking pictures of.
Okay?
Heather won't believe it that this is a real one. Isn't that cute, Heather? There, you're moving for a change. That looks like kind of an older one. He's moving kind of slow. They say they eat eucalyptus and it makes them sleepy all the time.
Maybe that's what we need.
Yeah. Stop.
Echidna. Echnida.
No, they're rheas, honey.
Are they rheas?
Yeah, greater rhea. Look at that. Sorry, don't have a thing for you this morning. No. Looking for something to eat.
Hey, now.
The kangaroos are lined up against the fence, lying down in the back. Can't hardly see them.
They're shy.
Yeah. Time for their nap.
Morning nap time.
Yeah, look at them stare you down. What she said. Here comes the eagle. Come on. I don't have anything, sorry. Oh, very pretty. Yeah, look at that. So pretty. We don't know the name of it. It doesn't have a sign on the
Kangaroo.
These are the red kangaroos.
I'd like to see them hump, but it's warm and they're laying in the shade. It's over 70 degrees here in town. We're about 35 kilometers north of, hey, there's somebody moving. What's that?
Keep it going. This is the largest of the kangaroos and the most widespread and the most intensively hunted. Generally, the males are red and the females are blue. The largest of the kangaroos. There's one getting up now.
Where?
Hopping at the end there.
See, I told you, he's finding a cool spot to lie down.
They're all holding. They're all holding. Isn't he darling? 9 months old, this little guy.
Jen, tickets?
Look at those feathers, ostrich feathers. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Those beautiful feathers. Beautiful feathers. Get your head up here. Come on. Come on. Something in the sand is worth eating, I guess. Always turning their backs on us.
Yeah, they're just so sleepy this morning. Those must be the eucalyptus trees that they eat that keep them so, right?
Yeah.
This one's mama and baby, clingy to the mama yet. And look at the one on top with this laying with his back up there. Real comfortable.
Where?
Way up on top in the
Oh.
fork of the tree.
Yeah.
I saw such sleepy people.
His backside.
Yeah, with his legs sticking up in the air. Wallaby. It's a swamp wallaby, it's called.
Anything you wish to buy as well, clothing, jewellery
They have
items.
an M&F up there, Harold.
Anything you want can be found there. As the closest one to the city area, Pitt and Market Street, and it takes you directly to the first of the stations over the Piedmont Bridge there.
Men's
I'll see these
haircuts.
people again in your
$5
here in Sydney or around Australia, if you do leave them. The gentleman on board who had your wallets.
See the spires over there to the left? Another part. I thought that was a star.
Queen Victoria building, a shopping mall. It's fantastic. The number of people that are in here. The floor. Looking. The clock. Castle. Japanese bride carriage, raw jade, exquisite tapestry, and finish in the bride area. Carriage weighs about 2 tons. Bridegroom waiting. Wearing the crown jewels, which sits atop of her head, weighs about 100 pounds. View out of our window, the 17th floor of the Intercontinental Hotel in Sydney. There's part of the city, the bay.
I thought you had that already.
Didn't come out. The boats.
Tell them tomorrow we're going on a cruise on that.
And tomorrow we're going a cruise on this bay. We're going to have lunch on board. of the Opera House from where we're staying. You see that portion of it. There goes a ferry boat or cruise boat out. Some more of the hillside property. We toured all those residential lobby where we have breakfast. Beautiful setting. Ancient building attached to a new building just 5 years old. Spiral staircase and a steel caged elevator. As we are just going out for a morning walk before we take cruise. We're walking down to Pitt Street. New. Victoria again, and I'm going to replace Helen's watch. It broke it down. These are exquisite along this street in design and architecture. Tower. We almost went up that until we found Helen's bracelet, wristwatch broken. And we're down on Pitt Street in Center Point building. Center Point. Decor. We're still on Pitt Street, walking back to our hotel. Back to the hotel, and we keep running across these beautiful edifices stretching up into the sky. Cliffhanger Bridge. The entrance, and kind of a different view of the Opera House. We're on our way to the riverfront tour. Voyage! The big ship we're going to be on in a minute. Park. Just off the harbor. Taking. Stupendous structure.
As we go around the harbour. Our host today is Bev, who you met when you came on. She was the lady serving you your drinks. And our skipper is Mark, or we call him Bones. So you feel free, this is your boat today. Have a look around. You can come and sit and chat to the captain if you like, or have a wander around. It's your boat, so make the most of it for the next 2.5 hours while you're on board. Such a beautiful building sitting on the harbour. And this area here to our right, which we're just passing now, is the Royal Battalion who live or work in the city.
Looking
will
at
come
the
down and have their lunch here,
Opera House
and quite often go jogging during their lunch hour.
Around we see the landscape
Quite
of
often
the
you'll see a lot of schools bring any
town center.
students down here for an excursion, have a look around,
Magnificent landscape. Mom and I were just at the bottom of that tower.
One of the most beautiful cities in the world, with a population of just under 4 million people in Sydney today, and that's just about a quarter of the country's population, so it's quite densely populated. Sydney is a really huge city. It's sprawled, it's very sprawling.
Town.
Just have a look on our left-hand side. The port to the south west is the Blue Mountain, so it's a really great place. From up there, you'll really get a good idea of just what a sprawling city Sydney is. So if you're interested, if you're in town, it's at the centre.
Teresa, part of the city back there.
Tower Control, Adventure, Water on Southern Red
Africa in the 20s. You brought back to Sydney with you two lovely.
Marietta.
We talked to the
You can always erase it. Val's taking our picture.
Not with this.
Back at it. Come to the end.
The inside.
Make up what they call the Navy's mothball fleet here in Sydney Harbour. These are decommissioned vessels
And number 11 you can see there, that ship has been decommissioned, but the Navy have just repainted and refitted it. What they're
Another view.
Another view, right.
The Prime Minister of Australia lives.
$1 million. Now, a lot of money, but what they did was when they started building the Opera House, they commenced a series.
2 million.
On the 20th of October.
Marketplace.
Look at the glass roof.
Downtown building. We're headed toward the rock after leaving the ship.